Hey guys, it's Megan, and I hope you are doing okay wherever you are, whatever you are going through. And I think we are all really hurting right now, and I just needed to do this video and say something, and that is why I'm coming here to my YouTube channel where I have the most followers compared to my Instagram, where I have been trying to speak up and share what I am learning and hopefully encourage other people to learn. And no matter what your skin color is, but especially if you are white, this should be a life-changing time. And I feel myself changing and reflecting more than I ever have on the topics of race, racism, my white privilege. Like, these are things I never wanted to think about and never wanted to admit were existing. That even though I can be a very open-minded person who has thankfully had a great, amazing, diverse group of friends throughout my life, I still have so many biases. And just because of the color of my skin, I have had so many opportunities that people of color, and Black people especially, have not been given just because of that. It's hard to admit that, but that is where it has started for me, and I have really tried to absorb as much as I could over the past few days, and I didn't know how to process all of this. Like, I still don't, but I have been really trying to look at people's Instagrams, women of color, these amazing Black women that I don't know why I wasn't following before. And I think that is, there's so many elements to this, but broadening the perspectives that you seek out, the news that you follow, the influencers that you follow, the books that you read, all of these things add up to big changes in yourself, in your perspective on the world, and your empathy, your understanding. It is really powerful. Just consume it and then process it, and try to do it in a way that doesn't have to do with my own personal experience, because I will never understand. I, because of the color of my skin, will never understand. And that is something that I have fought against in the past, and you can't fight against that. The thing you can do is find those people that are willing to share their experiences with you, whether that means your Black friends, your Black coworkers, any like community members that you might not really have asked about their life experiences. And even if it's just finding people on social media and listening to their story, it will all change you and change your perspective on the world and on yourself. And I think that confronting all of the realities of not being a person of color is the very first step. You have to acknowledge your white privilege, you have to acknowledge your own biases and challenge them and admit that you have them, even if you don't want to think that you do. I was brought up in a time where being like colorblind was acceptable, like encouraged, and it sounds like so great. You shouldn't treat people differently because of their skin color. that is true. You should not treat people differently because of their skin color, but you shouldn't ignore it. You shouldn't pretend that it doesn't matter. And that is something that I never have understood until now. And that is something that I really struggle with admitting to myself, because I was in a biracial relationship and I didn't understand, and I didn't think that being colorblind was a problem, because I was like, love is blind, but it's not. It's not. And it makes the person who they are, like, no matter what skin color they have, that still impacts who they are, like their life experiences. And you should love that and cherish that and learn from that, not ignore it and or pretend like it isn't real. Like, I can't change how I've thought in the past, what I've done in the past, and I've just learned that I have made a lot of mistakes. The only thing I can do, the only thing that all of us can do, is learn, accept our own privileges and our own biases, and learn from that, and then share what we are learning and encourage others to challenge themselves and to learn and to talk to their friends and their family. And if you are around people that make racist jokes, comments, like, we have to shut it down. It's not like something you can just be like, oh my god, I hate being around them. Like, we have to say something. We cannot be silent now in private or when we are out there and in the world, because the more we like let people get away with it, the longer it persists. My purpose of filming this video is for all of my followers out there. I really, really, really want to encourage you to confront your own racism, whether you think you have any racism in you at all. We all do. We all have biases, and we all have privileges if we have lighter skin, especially if you're white. And you first need to start with that, with confronting that. And then I want you to talk to your friends, to your family, to your followers. If you have any people online that listen to you, you will be able to break through to these people more than others might. And it only takes one person and saying one thing to be able to change someone else. And that is why I wanted to film this video, just in case I can inspire one other person to take action, speak up, learn. Like, I just want to help in some way. And you need to have hard conversations, and you need to have hard conversations with your white family members or friends or whoever, and you also have to talk to your black friends, your black coworkers, and check in on them, but do not put the burden of this on them. They have been through enough, and now it is on you to learn. And I think it's important to check in on them, and if they're willing to tell you about their experiences with racism, because I think you'll be heartbroken that someone you love has went through that, but you've never talked to them about it. And I think it's just a really, really powerful thing to expose that, to talk about something that is usually taboo to talk about. This should be like, we should all be able to talk about this and agree that it is wrong to be racist against anyone else. And I should have mentioned this in the beginning, but please do not reply to this with "all lives matter." And I have read so many things that have try to explain this, but to me, what is the most powerful is that by saying and believing that Black lives matter does not mean other lives matter less. In order for all lives to matter, Black lives have to matter. It is not about us and them. This is about humanity and supporting each other. And if you are able, please donate. I have been researching a lot of different organizations and I've seen so many cross my social medias. There are 4 that I have donated to, and I will link these all down below. Black Lives Matter, Campaign Zero, Color of Change, and the NAACP Legal Defense and Educational Fund. Those are all amazing organizations that contribute to eradicating white supremacy. Those I felt really strongly about, and even if you can't donate, you can at least write or call your local and state officials. There's so many petitions that you can sign in honor of George Floyd and other important matters that deal with racial inequality and violence against Black people. And also, free to do is to share with your friends, share with your followers, your family. The more we all share and the more we talk about it, the more normal it will be. Staying silent is not going to solve anything, and I just hope that this can break through to someone. It might be easier hearing it from me than it is from someone else, I don't know, but I'm just hoping this helps and makes even the smallest difference. It was worth it. To feel uncomfortable is when you can grow. And yeah, so I hope you are all doing okay, and yeah, I love you guys and I'll see you soon.